Shalom, shalom. Call Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHWASHI, Bahashem, Rakakudash, Barakata Yahawah, Barakata YAHWASHI, Barakata Yahawah, Barakata YAHWASHI, Barakata Yahawah, Barakata YAHWASHI. You know, Yahawah being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and YAHWASHI being the name of the Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Double honor to the apostles and the elders and bishops, a great millstone who rule well, and for teaching men is 100% truth according to the scriptures. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, the brothers and the very few sisters who are walking in this truth in all sincerity and meekness, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability, but most importantly of all, having faith in the name of Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHWASHI, and enduring upon his return. You know, which the time is near. Very near, man. Want to make this lesson, this lesson, Lord willing, is edifying. You know, straight to the point, to the lost sheep, the scattered lost sheep of the house of Israel, who are the so-called blacks, Spanish, and Native American men and women. We are the true chosen nations of Israel. We are the true chosen nation. You know, we are the children of God that the Bible speaks of. But our people have lost their ways, you know. And the Lord right now has left us. The Lord has left us a remnant, you know, to remember who they were, and to remember who their God is, which is Yahawah, you know, Bahashem YAHWASHI, the God of the Bible. You know, so yeah, I want to this lesson, this video, you know, is basically on the vision I had last night, a dream, man, a dream, right, and it was so real, man. Right, and that's what dreams are. Dreams are visions. If you look into that word dream, one of the words will be visions. You know, and man, let me just, I don't even know where to start, but basically, you know, this happened last night. I forgot around what time. Early in the morning, I woke up around 2 or something. You know, and I went back to sleep, man. It was such a beautiful dream, though, man. And that's the thing, man. I love having dreams like that. You know, visions of the scriptures, man. Those are the best dreams. If you know, right? But anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna tell you how it went, man. Basically, I was outside. It was like a nice day, like today, man. Sunny, not hot, not cold. You know, it was a chill day, nice and sunny, right? Clear skies, man. And there were a lot of people outside too, going on about their day, right? Everybody was just going about their day like a normal day. Just like a normal day, right? People were walking to wherever, to their jobs, to wherever. So the first thing was that you started, you know, I remember looking up and I see a plane, right? Nothing out of the ordinary, right? Just a regular plane, like planes, those big jet planes that take people from country to state, right? 747s, whatever you want to call it, commercial airlines. But then all of a sudden you start seeing military helicopters, right? And you started seeing more. You see one or two, then you started seeing more. And you start seeing military jets flying back and forth. So the people, you see that the people started to like get, you know, confounded. People were confused, like what's going on, right? Like why is the military out here, right? And you see people like basically with a scared look, man. You saw a look of confusion on them, right? So everybody was running. They start running because they started panicking, right? Can you imagine right now, like you start to see jets flying back and forth, you know, and a lot of helicopters, military stuff, right? So people were confused, people were scared, panicking. And then you see a fighter jet, right, start shooting at something. But what he was trying to shoot was another flying thing, like, right? It was a flying, and the thing is this, is what you call today UFOs, UAPs, whatever, right? Those are the chariots of the Lord. Now, that's not to say that Esau don't have his own flying technology too that resembles. But we know that the chariots of the Lord cannot be shot down, man, like Esau says, or crash, right? Esau, the so-called white man, be reporting in his news, a shot down UFO from such and such has been discovered, or a crashed UFO. No, man, these are all lies that he's planting because he's trying to bring another agenda out, man. But anyways, so you see the military jets shooting at this chariot of the Lord, man. And this chariot of the Lord, it was like cut. It was like a roll, right? But it was so many colors. It was gems, man. It was gems. It was like made out of gems, right? And it was just flying. And it was like colors of like blue and red and all types of rubies, man. And the military jets were shooting at it, and it couldn't do nothing to the Lord's chariots, man. Nothing. It didn't even hit it. It was like if it was shooting at air, man. And you see the Lord's chariot coming right to the jet, and the jet is shooting at it, and it's not even hitting it, right? And that's how it's gonna be in the day of the Lord, man. Like the Lord is gonna destroy this place, man. Like nothing, man. Like nothing. It's gonna make Esau's and the other nations' military weapons look like nothing. And look, and it wasn't just only Esau's warplane. It was like different styles of warplanes. So, now realizing it was the other nations, right? Because I'm gonna tell you, it's all gonna wrap up, man. It's all gonna wrap up. This vision is all gonna wrap up, man. It's all gonna make sense, right? So it was different style of military jets, right? It wasn't just the so-called white man's jets. You had the other nations' jets too, and they was all flying and trying to take down the Lord's chariots, and they couldn't do anything, right? So then basically, man, it was just a great war in heaven, right? Let me grab that. I already had pulled it up, right? This is the book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 7, right? It says, and there was war in heaven. Now, people will read this and they'll be like, oh, they'll start thinking about the heaven, right? Where the Lord is at. No, man. There is no war in the Lord's heaven. And where he is at, where he rests at, right? Where he has his throne at. There's no war up there in the spiritual heaven, right? This is talking about this heaven, the first heaven. Because the scriptures describe 3 heavens, right? 3 heavens. The heaven you see now, the sky, where the birds and the planes fly. This is the first heaven. Right? Then you got the other heavens, the space and the galaxies, and then you got the other heaven where the Lord resides at. So anyways, it says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, right? Basically his people, right? So you got the angels of the Lord, man, with Michael as the leader of the angels, man, fighting who? The dragon, man, which is Esau, Edom, the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels, right? With his team, with his military weapons, with his jets, with his, right? And what other nations is trying to come against the Lord, YAHWA Ba'ashem YAHWASHI, man. I'll read that again, man. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, meaning they couldn't do anything. They didn't win. Prevail means overcome, right? And prevailed not. Neither was their place found in any more in heaven, right? Meaning that's it. Their reign is over. Their reign is over, man. They're not going to be this mighty nation anymore, right? And that great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil. And Satan was deceiving the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Right? And it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God, YAHWA Ba'ashem YAHWASHI, and the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down. And who's the accuser of our brethren? Esau, man. Constantly, who accused Jacob of stealing his birthright, right? Which in today's time, Esau, the so-called white man, is constantly accusing us, right, of being basically savages or you know evil people, right? Which, yes, a lot of our people are wicked, man. A lot of our people are wicked. They're murderers and liars. But who has taught our people to be that, man? The so-called white man, Esau. That's who. That's who has taught our people, right? Of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night, right? Which accused us before our God, right? Saying that we're the ones that come in crossing the borders and bringing violence and all that. Is saying we're the ones bringing drugs over here. But at the end of the day, man, Esau, the so-called white man, is letting these things happen, right? But the point I really wanted to bring out was in verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. You see, man, and that's what that dream last night, that vision representative of, man. The angels of the Lord, YAHWASHI, fighting, man. Fighting against the dragon, against Esau and his armies and his allies, man. Right? Because that's what these other different jets and military helicopters and different warplanes represented. They was all different. They didn't all look the same. Some of them looked different than the others. That's because these are from different nations, right? The allies of Esau, right? From here, from Earth. So, you know, and now look, now this, now you see that in verse 10, right? In verse 10, it said, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation. So after they get defeated, man, salvation is coming, man. Salvation is coming to the elect, to the remnant of Jacob, man, to the remnant of the house of Israel, the Lord's people, man, the small remnant. Not all of Israel is going to be saved at this point, you know. The 2/3 will stay and perish, taste second death. But the remnant of the Lord is not going to taste that second death. They will be saved, you know, from who? From our Redeemer, YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, the Redeemer of Zion, man, the Redeemer of his people, Israel, which is the so-called Black, Spanish, and Native American man and women, right? And I heard a loud voice saying, I'm going to read verse 10 again. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God, man. You know? And now this dream, man, it was so, oh, man, I love having dreams like that. Because not these dreams, these visions, man, they build you up in the spirit, man. They give you more faith, man. More faith of what the scriptures say is true and what's coming, man. It's like if I actually lived it. It's like if it was going on for real. That's how real it felt. And that's how these visions are. That's because it's going to be real, man. It's going to happen. Right? That's why. But this is the crazier part of this dream, man. Look. So while I was looking and all this war is going on in the heavens, in the sky, I kept hearing somebody telling me behind me, oh, this is what the scriptures say in the book of Daniel, chapter 7, right? So when I heard that, I didn't pay no mind to it because I was just listening, man. Oh, man, it's giving me chills right now, man, because, man. Because, yo, I was just so wrapped up into this dream, man, into this vision. It was like a movie going on, right? And I didn't pay attention to the voice behind my ear, right? I heard the voice behind my ear saying, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 7. I didn't hear it. So I guess he knew I wasn't hearing him, like not ignoring him on purpose, but I was just so captured into this vision that he repeated it again. He said, yeah, because this is the book of Daniel, chapter 7. And then I wake up, right? So I wake up and I'm like, oh, man, what a dream, man. So I'm like, book of Daniel, chapter 7. That I remember clearly, man. right? So I was like, Book of Daniel, chapter 7. I was like, you know what? When I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm gonna read the Book of Daniel, chapter 7, because I didn't know it off my memory what the Book of Daniel, chapter 7 is. You know I read it, right? Because when I read it this morning, I was like, oh, I did read this chapter, right? But at that moment, when I woke up, I didn't know what the Book of Daniel, chapter 7 is. So I'm like, when I wake up, I'm gonna read it. So I wake up this morning and I go and read it, right? So now let's see what it says, man. This is the Book of Daniel, chapter 7, man. Right? I'm gonna start at verse 1 real quick, man. Now, this is talking about the horns and the other nations, but I'm gonna just read it a little bit to get the context, then I'm gonna jump straight to the point. Right? I'm gonna read the NIV version. It says right here in the right hand. It says, in the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon. Look at that. King of Babylon, right? This was in the time of Daniel, right? Daniel had a dream, and visions passed through his mind as he was lying in bed. Oh, man. He wrote down the substance of his dream. Verse 2, Daniel said, in my vision at night, I looked, and there before me were the four winds of heaven churning up the great sea. 4 great beasts, right? 4 great beasts. Salakia. Verse 3. 4 great beasts, and each different from the others, came up out of the sea. The first was like a lion, and it had the wings of an eagle. I watched until its wings were torn off, and it was lifted from the ground, so that it stood on 2 feet like a human being, and the mind of a human was given to it. Basically, look, these 4 beasts represent kingdoms, nations, right? That rose up to power and got taken down. Like this one, it got taken down, but it got rose up into a man, meaning that basically Babylon has got raised up again, right? Because this is what they do. A lot of the times, and back in those days, they'll take over kingdoms, and they will take the gods of the nations they captured, and they'll worship it, right, with the other gods. So they'll make a big mixture of it. But anyways, I'm gonna go on down. After that, my vision. Okay, verse chapter 7. You know what? Okay, verse chapter 7. After that, in my vision at night, I looked, and there before me was a 4th beast, terrifying and frightening and very powerful. It had large iron teeth. It crushed and devoured its victims and trampled underfoot. Whatever was left, it was different from all the former beasts. And it had 10 horns. Right, verse 8. While I was thinking about the horns, there before me was another horn, a little one, which came up among them. And 3 of the first horns were uprooted before it, meaning this little horn came up and took out these other 3 other horns, which is nations, man, kingdoms. And this little horn is a representation of a so-called America, to Babylon, the virgin daughter of Babylon today. Babylon today, right? This ain't talking about the ancient Babylon that we just read in the book in verse 2 or 3. After that, let me see. 10 horns. Where was that? Okay, verse 8, right? Damn, bro. Verse 8. While I was thinking about the horns, there before me was another horn, a little one, which came up among them, and 3 of the first horns were uprooted before it. This horn had eyes like the eyes of a human being, and a mouth that spoke boastfully, man. Right? Meaning, if you're going to that word boastfully, let's look it up real quick. Boastfully. Showing excessive pride and self-satisfaction in one's achievement, possessions, or ability, man. I mean, that's America today, man. That's America today. Prideful, man, and all the things that America has done, right? And it has done a lot. America, so-called America, Babylon today, the virgin daughter of Babylon, has been, for lack of better words, right, a trendsetter on the earth, man. Right now, I'm looking at New York, and all I see is skyscrapers, towers, right? Which we know that skyscrapers and towers, they're just towers, man. They're towers. In today's modern day, these are just towers of Babel, man. Right? We know that America was the first nation to make these skyscrapers, right? Towers. And then the rest of the earth follows, you know? But we know that America, so-called America, which is Babylon the Great, according to the Bible, we know that it's the trendsetter on the earth. And it will speak proudly. It's going to speak like, man, I'm that nigga, right? I'm the, you know, I'm the greatest. And people talk like that. People talk like that. You can hear it. America, the greatest nation on earth, you know? Anyways, being mouth that spoke boastfully. I'm going to get to the point, man, a little bit, right? I'm going to get to the point. As I looked, thrones were set in place, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. Now, this is talking about Yahweh. He's the Ancient of Days. He has no time. He always existed. So he is the Ancient of Days, man. Right? Took his seat. His clothing was as white as snow. The hair of his head was white like wool. His throne was flaming with fire, and his wheels were ablaze. Right? Now I'm gonna go straight to the point, man. Now we get into the good part. A river of fire was flowing, coming out from before him. Thousands upon thousands attended him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The court was seated and the books were opened. Right? Then I continued to watch because of the boastful words the horn was speaking. Right? So the Lord is about to bring judgment down on this place, man, and on every nation, man. The Lord is about to come with his vengeance. He's going to send his only begotten son, YAHWASHI, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. And he is going to take vengeance upon this earth, man. Then I continued to watch because of the boastful words the horn was speaking. I kept looking until the beast was slain and its body destroyed and thrown into the blazing fire, man. You see that? Which meaning America, man, this place is going to not exist anymore. Babylon is going to cease to exist. There's not going to be no more USA. The Lord is going to destroy this place, man, like Sodom and Gomorrah. Worse. Verse 12. The other beasts, meaning the other nations, the other kingdoms, had been stripped of their authority. You see that? Meaning they're not going to be in rulership no more. There's not going to be no more Arabs ruling with the oil and all of this. There's not going to be no more China ruling. There's not going to be no other nation is going to rule anymore. The Lord is about to strip them of their authority, of their power, man. If you go into that word authority, man, it's power, authority. See? Authority, power, man. Jurisdiction, dominion. You see that? So the Lord is going to destroy Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, throw them into the blazing fire, right? This nation. Their people are going to go into captivity. All the nations are going to go into captivity. Right? But this is going to happen at the end, after their 1,000 years. Esau, Edom will cease to exist, man. They're not going to exist anymore. They're as a nation. They're done. They will not come back. They're going to go extinct, in other words. Right? And the other nations will go back to their lands, right? And do what they do, you know. But that's another lesson. Anyways, verse 12. The other beasts had been stripped of their authority, but were allowed to live for a period of time. Verse 13. In my vision at night I looked, and there before me was one like a son of man. You see, that's talking about YAHWASHI, man. The Son of Man, right? The Son of God. The only begotten Son. The firstborn. Right? The first creation that Yahweh made was YAHWASHI. In my vision at night I looked, and there before me was like a son of man, coming with the clouds of heaven. You see that? Coming with the clouds of heaven. He's coming from the sky, man. How? Like in the visions, man, with the chariots, man. Let me grab that, man. The Lord shall listen. The Lord shall. The chariots of the Lord, man. So like, give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Right here. Psalm chapter 68, verse 17. The chariots of God, of Yahweh, by Hashem YAHWASHI, are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. If you go into that word chariots, man, they're vehicles. Because that's what it is. A two-wheel horse-drawn vehicle used in ancient warfare and racing. Now, you got to remember, at this time, this is what they're going to compare it, right? There was no cars back then. There was no planes, right? But at the end of the day, it's a vehicle. Does that mean that the Lord is going to come with horses and a chariot? No. He's coming in a vehicle, which is it's just a modern day of saying chariot, you know? He's coming in an advanced chariot, man. What you call UFOs, man. Advanced. So advanced that this world cannot do nothing to it. Just like in the dream I had last night, in the vision, man. These nations were trying to shoot it down, man, and the bullets did nothing. Nothing. Man, the Lord coming in the clouds, man. Right? Coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. Verse 14. He was given authority, glory, and sovereign power. All nations and peoples of every language worshipped him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away. And his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed, man. You see that? And that's what that vision represented last night, man. When I kept hearing Daniel, the book of Daniel, chapter 7, man. You know, that's what that vision represented, man. The wars in heaven, that the Lord is coming to take down these other nations soon, man. The Lord is coming to take down these nations soon. He's coming to destroy them. He's coming to take authority from them. And he's going to be the authority and dominion over the earth. And all nations and peoples of every language worshipped him, right? Because that's what is going to happen, man. The Lord's kingdom is going to be established here on earth, man. You know? And his people are going to rule underneath him, which is the Israelites, man. Starting with the 144,000 men who prophesy in these streets, you know, who repented, most importantly, and turned away from the ways of this world, man, right? They're going to rule under Yahweh by Hashem YAHWASHI. And they're going to rule in this kingdom that Yahweh by Hashem YAHWASHI is bringing here on earth, man. That's why it says the Lord shall rebuild the tabernacles of David, man. When David, right? Meaning that we're going to be back on top and the other nations are going to be underneath us. So anyway, it says, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. Go verse 15. I, Daniel, was troubled in spirit, and the visions that passed through my mind disturbed me. So let me see if, see, now look, verse 16. I approached one of those standing there and asked him the meaning of all this. Approached who? The angel, right? In his vision. So he told me and gave me the interpretation of these things. The four great beasts are four kings that will rise from earth. Four nations. Right? Four nations. Four kings. Does that mean one literal king? No, man. This is talking about kingdoms, man. Right? Verse 18. Here's the point. But the holy people of the Most High, Yahweh by Hashem YAHWASHI, will receive the kingdom and will possess it forever. Yes, forever and ever. You see that, man? Let me see if I can skip more to the point. But, I mean, that's really it. I'm gonna skip to verse 27 to show, man, that the Lord is coming to take away all authority from these nations, man, and he is going to give it to his son, YAHWASHI, right? Well, YAHWASHI is going to take the kingdom, right, with the saints, man. And Yahweh by Hashem YAHWASHI, man, underneath YAHWASHI, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, man, his people, the Israelites, man, the so-called black, Spanish, and Native American man are going to rule under YAHWASHI, man, as kings on earth, man, forever and ever, like the scripture said, right? Verse 27. Then the sovereignty, power, and greatness of all the kingdoms under heaven will be handed over to the holy people of the Most High, Yahawah Bahashim YAHWASHI. His kingdom will be an everlasting kingdom, and all rulers will worship and obey him. This is the end of the matter. You see, this is the end of it, man. You see, so that's what that vision represented. And I remember I was, yo, man, and that's the crazy part, because I heard it twice, man. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7. And I don't know the book of Daniel, chapter 7 by heart, by memory. I don't. But I have read it. Now, when I looked at this morning, I was like, oh, man, I know this. I did read this chapter. But at that moment in the dream, I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know what it said. I didn't know it by memory, right? I was like, oh, like I know other scriptures. But then I woke up and I read it, and oh, man, yo, it's beautiful, man, because you see these visions, these dreams of what the Lord is coming to do, and then you hear a precept, or you hear a book chapter, Daniel chapter 7, and you go and read it, and it goes hand in hand with the vision that the Lord is coming to take over, to destroy these nations, man, right? The war in heaven, and he's going to give the kingdom to his people, man. That's a beautiful vision, man. Beautiful, And we in these last days, man. That's why these things are happening, man. These things, and not only does these things build his people up in faith, man. Because, man, I'm telling you, man, like this morning, man. Listen, man. When you have dreams like this, and it goes together with the scriptures, and your spirit resonates with it, man. Because these are gifts coming from the Lord. Yo, you don't know, man. It does something to your spirit, man. It's like it gives you more power in the spirit. It gives you more faith, man. That's why the scriptures say, blessed are you, for you see the things that let me grab this. Let me see if I can find it. Blessed are you for seeing the things kings to see. Right here, Matthew chapter 13, man. This is the book of Matthew chapter 13, verse 16, right? It says, but blessed are your eyes, right? My spiritual eyes, man. My spiritual eyes, which I see in that vision, man. Blessed are your eyes because they see, and your ears because they hear. I tell you the truth, many prophets and righteous people long to see what you see, but they didn't see it. And they long to hear what you hear, but they didn't hear, man. And it's a beautiful thing to have these visions, to see the things of the Lord working. It's a beautiful thing, man.